Most people believe change comes from dramatic moments, a major decision, a sudden opportunity, a burst of motivation. But if you observe life closely, real change almost never announces itself. It doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't create urgency. Real change arrives quietly. It arrives in what you do when no one is watching, in what you repeat, in what becomes normal. That quiet repetition is habit. Habits are not loud enough to impress others, but they are powerful enough to shape destiny. They work silently, day after day, building the future in the background while you're busy living your life. And whether your life is improving or declining, habits are always at work. The question is not whether habits are shaping your future. The question is which ones are. Motivation is emotional. Habits are structural. Motivation depends on mood. Habits depend on decision. Most people wait until they feel inspired. Disciplined people act whether they feel inspired or not. That difference explains why some people grow steadily while others stay stuck, even though both want success just as badly. Motivation is like the weather. It changes. It passes. It cannot be relied on. Habits are like gravity. They are always there. They always work. If you rely on motivation, progress will be inconsistent. If you rely on habits, progress becomes inevitable. This is why people who win long-term are not always the most passionate. They are the most consistent. They understand something critical. You don't build a better life by intensity. You build it by rhythm. Look honestly at your life right now, not with judgment, with clarity. Your income, your health, your relationships, your confidence, your stress levels. These are not random. They are results. Not results of one decision, results of many small decisions repeated over time. This is empowering, not discouraging. Because if habits built this life, habits can build a better one. Nothing about your future requires a miracle. It requires alignment. Alignment between what you want and what you do daily. When habits and goals are disconnected, frustration grows. When habits and goals align, progress accelerates. The most dangerous thought a person can have is this: it doesn't really matter. One missed day, one small excuse, one compromise. On its own, it looks harmless. Repeated, it becomes destructive. Small errors repeated daily do more damage than major mistakes made once. Neglect is never dramatic. It's subtle. It's quiet. It's patient. And that's why it's dangerous. Neglect always waits until the cost is high before it shows itself. Discipline, on the other hand, is willing to pay a small price today to avoid a massive price tomorrow. Harshness. But discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. It protects your future from your impulses. It protects your peace from your emotions. It protects your goals from your excuses. Discipline is simply choosing what you want most over what you want now. And the disciplined life is not smaller. It is larger. More freedom, more clarity, more confidence. When you lack discipline, life controls you. When you develop discipline, you control your life. Confidence does not come from loud declarations. It comes from quiet consistency. You don't become confident by telling yourself affirmations. You become confident by keeping commitments. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens self-trust. Every promise you break weakens it. This is why habits are so closely tied to confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. It is self-belief earned through evidence. And the evidence is daily behavior. Habits compound, just like interest, just like momentum. Small disciplines practiced daily create exponential results over time. The problem is that the early stages don't look impressive. They look boring, and most people quit during the boring stage. But disciplined people understand something. Boring is where foundations are built, and foundations decide what can stand later. Most people fail at habits for 3 reasons. Ronroas. They try to change everything at once. They aim for perfection. They rely on willpower. But habits don't require heroism. They require humility. Small, repeatable actions done consistently outperform dramatic efforts done occasionally. Start small. Stay steady. Let time do the heavy lifting. Where habits are shaped less by willpower and more by environment. What's easy gets done. What's hard gets avoided. Design your environment to support the person you want to become. Remove friction from good habits. Add friction to bad ones. Stop relying on strength. Start relying on structure. That's wisdom. You don't change identity first. You change behavior first. Identity is the story habits tell over time. Each habit is a vote. Each repetition is confirmation. Ask better questions. Is this who I'm becoming? Is this worthy of my future? Hard seasons don't destroy disciplined people. They reveal them. When motivation disappears, habits remain. When emotions fluctuate, habits stabilize. Habits are anchors during storms. They give structure when life feels chaotic. They give direction when clarity is lacking. You don't need to rush. You don't need to impress. You don't need to overhaul everything. You need to begin and repeat. Habits are humble. They don't promise excitement. They promise results. And confidence doesn't come from certainty about the future. It comes from certainty about yourself. So choose carefully, repeat faithfully, and trust the process, because the future you want is already being built by what you do today. Stay disciplined, stay steady, and let time reward your consistency.